Sale-priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
with 28 on the shot clock, 53 on the game clock, sends it inside. Here's Allie Nelson to the right side. Cheddar's open, 4-3, on low, she scores!
PSP Network has one mission: promoting our local athletes while delivering pro-quality broadcast coverage. Stay up to date with the PSP Network on Twitter, @NetworkPSP, and on Facebook, @The PSP Network. Like and follow our social media for your chance to win. PSP Network. It's game day.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
$23-0. It's been the combined score of the wins today here at the State AA Baseball Tournament in Bismarck, North Dakota, in the first three opening round games today here at Municipal Ballpark here in the capital city. It's time for game number 4, where the number 7 Minot Vistas come in to take on the number 2 Bismarck Governors. Nick Holberg alongside of Scott Cattell here for the Planet Pizza pregame show as we get geared up for the final game of day number 1 here at the tournament. Scotty, when you look at the numbers from the games earlier on today, we've seen some pretty lopsided affairs. The best game of the day, of course, was the Grand Forks and Williston game with a 2-run gap there. But other than that, we've seen nothing but blowouts here today.
I guess if you can score a run in this tournament, you have a good chance of winning, because we had 3 shutouts, 10-0 Fargo Post 2 over Fargo Post 400, then 2-0, as you mentioned, Grand Forks over Williston. And then we saw a lot of the West Fargo-Dickinson game, and it was all West Fargo as they shut out Dickinson 11-0. So 3 of the teams are known for the second round in the winner's bracket tomorrow. The winner of this one between Bismarck and Minot will battle each other tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for a chance to get into the game of the unbeaten. So, you know, with a double elimination tournament, Nick, if you lose this first one, it's a long road back, and you really test your pitching staff. So this is, it is so important for each and every one of these teams coming in here this week to win this first game. Not saying that they can't come back through the loser's bracket, but boy, it'll be a long, long haul if they have to.
Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached now at 701-852-1700. They've got a delicious menu, chicken wings, pizza, you name it. Call Planet Pizza now. They will deliver during the ball game. 701-852-1700. If you've already had dinner tonight, visit Planet Pizza's lunch buffet tomorrow from 11 to 2. Well, when you talk about pitching, we're going to see a matchup of Minot's number 1 pitcher, the youngster Eli Nissa, the 15-year-old, coming into the ball game for the Vistas, has the best ERA on the club with a 1.4 ERA and 35 innings pitched. This is a young man for the Vistas that certainly has an opportunity to give him a chance here tonight. He goes against Isaac Pegor, sitting on an ERA on the season of 5.21. Your thoughts on this pitching matchup here tonight? What does Nissen have to do if they want a chance to win the Vistas here tonight?
Throw strikes. He's not, I mean, he throws the ball hard, and he gets up into that, high 70s, low 80s, but I think the big thing is throw strikes, let your defense make the plays, because I think, and we were talking, Nick, before we went in the air, I don't think it's so much he has to be overpowering on the mound. I think the biggest thing for the Vistas tonight and throughout this tournament will be they have to take care of the baseball. They cannot give Bismarck tonight extra at-bats, and they have struggled this year defensively, committing 64 errors in 35 games. I think that's number one on the list, that Minot has to take care of the baseball defensively. I also think another thing that they've really struggled with at times during the campaign is when they do get runners in situations with less than 2 outs, they haven't been able to capitalize on that. They need to score, and they need to score early. I think that's big for them. Try to get the P-Gores as quickly as possible. And then again, back to Nissen. Just be yourself, Eli. Don't try to be the Cy Young Award winner tonight. Just go out and do what Pat Arnson wants you to do, and that's throw the baseball across the plate and let your defense do the rest.
For Bismarck, this is a team that's got a deep bullpen. They go with P-Gores with the 5.21 ERA. Plenty of guys in front of them on that list, but offensively, this team in Bismarck has one of the tops in the state of North Dakota. That's Cade Feeney. 6 home runs out of the year. He's batting .436. How much of a factor does Feeney need to be tonight if Bismarck wants a chance to win? And what else does Bismarck need to do on the defensive side of the ball?
Cade Feeney's just got to be Cade Feeney. As you mentioned, .436 on the year, 7 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. He does it all on the offensive end. He is also their number 1 pitcher. I'm going to bring that up now. A lot of people say when you get into a double elimination 5-day tournament, and when you get into a 5-day tournament like this, that a lot of teams, depending on, it doesn't make any difference what your seed coming in is, you go with your ace. Mike Sketland has rolled the dice and says, hey, I'm going to throw Isaac P-Gores on there. It'll be interesting how short of a leash that P-Gores might have tonight, because we've got guys like Skylar Riedinger and then Cade Feeney. Cade Feeney, arguably the best pitcher in the state of North Dakota. NDSU must like him a little bit too, because he's on his way to play baseball there next spring.
Well, he did a great job for Bismarck throughout the regular season, getting the number 2 seed in the state of North Dakota out of the 9 teams on the list. It was Fargo Post 2, that ended up winning the regular season championship. They're the number 1 seed. Bismarck number 2, and Bismarck went 23-10 on the year. They're a team that in the conference went 10-5, a team that has seemingly gotten better throughout the season. The Vistas, on the other hand, went 13-22 overall, 6-10 in conference play, and it's almost like their trend went the other way, Scott, as the season went. Bismarck seemed to get just better and better as they went, and the Vistas seemed to have more trials and tribulations as the season went. But as we know, tournament time, anything can happen.
And you know what? I don't care. You throw the records out the windows. This has been a rivalry in baseball, summer baseball, for many years. The pressure is on the backs of the Bismarck Governors. They're expected to win this game. I'm hoping that the Vistas come out tonight and just play loosey-goosey and just have fun, because when you do that, good things can happen, and you never know what can happen if you can get on a roll. And that starts right here at the Municipal Ballpark in Bismarck tonight.
Here's the lineup that Pat Arnson, the 5th-year head coach for the Vistas, goes with. Center fielder Chase Burke will bat first, followed by the third baseman Kersey Harris. The first baseman Jack Plemmel bats at the 3 spot. Designated hitting for this game is Dylan Vegestead in the cleanup spot. Logan Merck will bat 5th. He's playing second base. The left fielder is Hunter Ruziska. He bats 6th. Braden McCarty behind the dish tonight, catching for Eli Nissen. McCarty bats 7th. The youngster Morgan Nygaard will play shortstop here tonight. He'll bat 8th. And Talon Hebert, the right fielder, will bat 9th. The lineup for the Vistas, you see that Nygaard at shortstop. Our thought being that the older of the two is probably in the bullpen.
Yeah, I think Derek is coming off the bench tonight. I think he might be the first guy that Pat Arnson goes to in relief. I think that's maybe why Derek isn't in the starting lineup as a fielder. But Isaac P-Gores, they met him earlier. I think it was in the Heilman Performance Tournament. They did get to him and score some runs. Mike Sketland, again, is throwing the dice here. Let's see if he makes the right choice.
Colton Schulte will play right field and bat first. That's the way Skitland lines him up, with Nick Hines playing second base and batting second. The first baseman, Connor Hanson, bats third. Cade Feeney with the power. He plays shortstop and bats cleanup here tonight, the 7-game quarterfinal matchup. Skylar Riedinger, the third baseman, bats 5th. Connor Weincup playing center field and batting 6th. Drew Walker catching for Isaac P-Gores will bat 7th. Jack Johnson, designated hitting in the 8th spot, and Nick Devine, the left fielder, will bat 9th here tonight. Planet Pizza puts a cap on our pregame show here tonight. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza, 701-852-1700. They will deliver for the ball game tonight. Scott, pleasure joining you here in Bismarck for the state tournament here in 2020. Let's get it on. Pegors will deliver the first pitch into Chase Burke, and it's in for a ball.
Umpires for this ball game: behind the plate, Reggie Jackson; down the first baseline, Nate Seeley; and down the third baseline, the Magic City's own Brian Hornecker.
Chase Burke's going to knock one out into right field. He's on for a single, and Burke starts things off for the Vistas as he put one past the second baseman, Hines, and the Vistas have one on with the first pitch being tossed here tonight just before 7 o'clock, 6:56 actually, 83 degrees.
83 degrees, and now let's see if Pat Arnston wants to play a little small ball here early in the ball game and maybe bunt Burke to second.
We talked about that tonight, your old school mentality, that bunting game. Here's Kersey Harris to do it, but he's going to foul one back, strike one.
Don't be surprised if Burke may take off on the next couple of pitches. He's 18 for 18 in the steal category this year.
Kersey Harris batting .319 on the season. He's brought around, how many RBIs, you ask? Well, he leads the team. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry, he's got 11. Leading the team is Plebble with 29. This one over to Feeney at short, fires to first, and the fielder's choice brings Burke over to second.
That's not a fielder, that's just a ground out, but the big thing, it's just like a sacrifice bunt. Burke got a great jump, and they get the Bismarck gets the out, but we have a runner in scoring position.
That brings up Jack Plemmel. 29 RBIs on the year, 34 singles on the season, batting .362. This is a big right-hander that does have some home run power on the season. He's only gone yard one time. Pegors with the delivery, and Plemmel swings and misses.
Yeah, down the left field line, 320. Down the right field line, 333. To the left center field gap, if I can find the number, 340 and 380. To dead away center and 390 to right center. So you got to put the ball in the air here.
0-1 pitch coming here to Plemmel. Sees that one, and ball number one. 1-1 the count here with one down.
You know, one of the only turfed grass infields around now in the state of North Dakota. There's a lot of arenas have went to turf. Them and Williston pretty much are the only two, along with Jack Williams Stadium.
Strike number two right down Broadway against Plemmel from Pegors. 1-2 the count here with one down.
I'm going to age myself, but when I played Legion baseball,
turf wasn't even invented?
This was center field where we're sitting right now.
Really?
Yeah, they turned this stadium around, it was several years ago. And they did that, you know why? And I saw the history on it. That's the only reason I know. I was reading something. Is because of the road work that they had to do on Washington Avenue. They had to turn it around.
Great piece of knowledge there. That's the beauty of being around the ball fields for so many years and seeing so many different things. 2-2 pitch coming. Here it is, and just missing on the outside to Plemmel. The count comes full.
We'll later on, as we get some time here, we have another state tournament going on over at Valley City, the State A. We have scores from there. We'll pass those along as soon as we get a chance, sometime tonight during the broadcast.
Payoff pitch to Plemmel. He's going to rope this one over towards the second baseman. More of a blooper, I should say, and Hides collects the second out of the top half of the first as Plemmel retired.
Pegor is coming into the ballgame, as you mentioned, with that 5.21 ERA. He's pitched 25 and a third innings. He's given up 28 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned. He is, struck out 25 and walked 20. So he does have a tendency to maybe be a little wild.
Here's Dylan Vegasted at bat for the Vistas. Vegasted on the year all the way down outside of the top five with a .267 batting average on the season. A player that has DH'd, caught, and played for the 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
And in his defense, Nick, Dylan has played pretty much injured the entire year. He suffered a leg injury back in the winter sports season at Minot High, and has really had to more DH than anything else just because of that injury. So I think his numbers are down a little bit this year.
Pegor fires in for strike number two, 1-2 the count. That was an 81-mile-an-hour fastball delivered to Vegasted.
I never threw at 81.
Neither have I. Not even close. Pegor's the delivery. That one's outside. Ball 2-2-2.
The other thing the Vistas want to do here offensively at bats is be patient. Make Pegors throw a lot of pitches because there is a pitch count in American Legion baseball.
Vigestead stepping in for the 2-2 pitch. Vigested's going to chop that one right up the middle. Here comes Chase Burke around third. Burke's going to stand up and score. Vigested over at first with the RBI single. The Vistas draw first blood.
That's huge right there to get that first run of the ball game. Puts a little more pressure on Bismarck, but now I hope we can keep it going with 2 down with Logan Merck.
Merck steps in to bat here for the Vistas. Merck on the season, batting .308 on the season. Merck has brought in 23 RBIs. That's the second on the team behind Jack Plumble. Right-handed batter, Merck, tonight playing second base here for the Vistas. Here's the first pitch to Merck. That one was a headhunt and up and away for ball number 1.
Minot Metro's playing in that State A tournament earlier today in Valley City. They were shut out in the opener. In fact, they were no-hit by the West Fargo Jets, 9-0. They play again tomorrow at 10 a.m. against the Bismarck Reps.
Pegors delivers the second ball, 2-0 the count to the catcher. Walker is going to come out and have a conversation with the starting pitcher. Nice move here by Crew Walker.
You bet. Again, West Fargo Jets over Minot in that tournament at Valley City. The Fargo Jets beat the Bismarck Reps 6-4. Bismarck Capitals over the Devils Lake 13-1. The final game over there has Jamestown and Valley City. That is the A tournament being played at Charlie Brown Stadium in Valley City.
Class B tournament will take place at Minot at legendary Corbett Field this week. Later on this week, we'll have the call for you on the PSP Network. We'll bring you the whole first round of the tournament. 3-0 the count now here to Logan Merck, the second baseman, as Pegors come set the windup and the pitch. That one missed high, and the Vistas have runners on first and second as Logan Merck was walked.
So they've made Pegors in this first inning throw a lot of pitches. And again, I'll be interested to see how much of a hook that Mike Skitlin has with Pegors as we go on deeper into this game.
Here's the youngster Ruziska playing left field and batting .259 on the season. Ruziska will see ball number 1.
You know, he's a kid they brought up about halfway through the year and really offensively was really good for about the first couple of weeks. He's tailed off a little bit, but still a dangerous kid.
There's a strike delivered in from Pegors, 1-1 the count. Interesting to see the Vistas bring some of those guys up from the Metros and get some big game experience here. The future's bright for the Vistas. It's been a rough year for them, going 13-22. A familiar position, not so much for the Vistas, taking 7th in the state of North Dakota, 2-1 down the count.
Yeah, and most of the young kids tournaments are over. We had some success on the Cal Ripken end of it. The future of Magic City baseball is pretty good.
Swing and a miss from Ruziska, 2-2 the count. Here with 2 down to the top half of the first. The RBI single from Dylan Vigestad scored Chase Burke, and the Vistas lead 1-0. Cloud cover just a bit here at Municipal Ball Field here in Bismarck. Here's the windup of the pitch. That one missed outside.
Boy, I tell you what, he's not missing by much, Nick, and we've got kind of an offside view of it, but he can't be missing that outside corner by much.
Count is full at 3-2. Pegors takes the call from Crew Walker, takes a look back at Vigestad. Now the delivery, Vigestad goes, and safe is the call from the umpire on the first base line, and the Vistas have the bases loaded now. As walked over to first was Hunter Ruziska.
And here comes the pitching coach for Bismarck. And I think what he just wants to do is go out, hey, just throw strikes. And that's the big thing about it when you play at this level, Nick, is what you want your pitchers to do. Yeah, we don't have too many overpowering pitchers like a Cade Feeney. And you remember back in your age, Charlie Schierick, Phil Schierick from Minot. And, I'm missing some kids from around the state. But at this level, when you don't have that overpowering fastball, you just got to learn how to throw strikes and put confidence in your defense that they'll make the plays.
Conversation at the Hill comes to a close with the 17-year veteran Mike Skitlin here of the Bismarck Governors. 12 state championships for Bismarck. Their last was in 2014. They have the second most state titles in North Dakota, trailing Fargo, who's got 27. That's Fargo Post 2. High for ball number 1 against McCarty, who's batting just over 200 on the year. McCarty catching tonight here for the Vistas. The 1-0 pitch coming with the bases juiced here in the top half of the first inning. A big at-bat for McCarty early in the ballgame. He's going to see that one and sky it out to center field. Weincup tracking, and he's got it. At the end of 1/2 inning complete, the Vistas score 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 3 men stranded, and at the end of 1/2 inning play, the Vistas lead this one 1-0. It's the state tournament here from Municipal Ballpark on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
If you're buying or selling a home, let 701 Realty's Andrew McKenna Goodmanson make your experience a positive one. Visit 701 Realty today at 701realty.com. They truly are the best in the business. Your home is here. 701 Realty, proud supporter of Minot Vistas Baseball, the PSP Network, and of course state tournament coverage. Andrew Goodmanson, the owner of 701 Realty, one of the best to ever come through the program in the Magic City. They could use his power at the plate here this year. They certainly have a youngster that's got some power of his own, and he's on the hill today, Eli Nissen. Scott, what can you tell us about the youngster getting the start here today?
15-year-old kid. He's pitched 35 innings this year, giving up, 31 hits, 10 runs, 7 of those earned. That's a 1.40 ERA. He's walked 13 and struck out 29. And again, the big thing is Eli just throws strikes, and defense make the plays.
Leading off, Colton Schulte, Century Patriot, multi-sport athlete. Schulte will take ball number 1 from the youngster Eli Nissen.
Schulte with his second best batting average behind Feeney at .357.
He's going to smack this one out towards right. Tracking it there is Talon Hebert. 1 down here for the Vistas as Colton Schulte flies out to right.
Pegor's 27 pitches in that first inning for the Governors.
Nick Hines comes up next, batting .317 on the season.
Hins, sorry about that, it's Hins.
Hins, I apologize. Hins on the year leads the team with stolen bases. He's got 8 of those on the season. Batting from the left side of the plate, he'll see ball number 1 from the youngster Eli Nissen. That one in at 67 miles an hour. The off-speed pitch. Here's the second pitch from Nissen. That one's in for a strike. And Nissen finds the dish there. Nissen's a player that when he gets in his rhythm and on the hill, he's not afraid to just keep on firing. He'll fire another one. Just missed. McCarty trying to get it to stick. Didn't. 2-1.
And the only thing I like about Eli is he works quickly. He gets the ball back and he's ready to go.
2-1 pitch. That one's going to be brought back over towards third. Scoop delivered over towards first, but in time is Hins, and Hins is on for a single. As that will bring up Connor Hanson, the first baseman. Want to talk about good hockey players. This is the one that was named the top performer in the West region for his superiority, if you will, for the Century Patriots. A blue liner that was selected as North Dakota's Gatorade Senior Athlete of the Year for high school hockey on the west side of the state. He bats from the left side as well with a runner on first and 1 down. It's Connor Hanson that will face Eli Nissen. Nissen, the left-hander. Here's the windup. That one right down Broadway for a strike at 74 miles an hour.
Pretty decent crowd on hand here tonight for this one. Beautiful weather. There is some chances of some thunderstorms, but they're supposed to be later tonight after that 10 o'clock hour, so hopefully we're out of here.
Here's the pitch from Nissen way outside. Ball number 1. 1-1 the count here with 1 down. Bottom half of the first inning. The Vistas, if you're just joining us, struck for first blood. It was Vigestad that brought around Chase Burke. Then the Vistas left 3 stranded at the top half of the first. Here's Nissen's delivery. This one's going to be smacked back over towards Merck. Double play ball in over at second. Won't be a double play ball, but the force out at second will be there. Hins is going to be retired over at second. Hanson gets over to first.
Nice play there by the youngster Morgan Nygaard. That ball was thrown just a little bit to the inside of second base, and he had Hins coming in hard on him, made the nice play.
2 down here for the Vistas. This will bring up Cade Feeney. He's got home run power. He's gone yards 6 times this year. He's going to fly this one straight up to Merck. Merck calling for it. He tracks it, and the Vistas retire the side. 1 hit, no runs scored for Bismarck. At the end of 1 inning complete, the Vistas lead the Bismarck Governors. It's 1-0. This is state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
One inning complete in the state quarterfinals, and the Minot Vistas lead the Bismarck Governors 1-0. Let's go to the second inning. Nick Holberg alongside of the legendary voice of Minot Athletics, Scott Cattell. Here's the windup of the pitch, the first of the deliveries that Morgan Nygaard, the shortstop, sees as a ball. We talk about the importance tonight, Scotty, of an early lead for the Vistas. They're looking to see if they can add a few more as Nygaard sees strike one, 1-1.
Yeah, they got that first run in the first inning, but the one thing that I know Coach Arnson and maybe many Vista fans are looking at now is with the bases loaded and we couldn't get another run across. It would have been nice to get 1 or 2 more, but you know what? We still have the lead. By the way, these are 7-inning games.
Here's the windup from Pigors, the 2-1 pitch. That one missed high, 3-1. Well,
Pigors with 27 pitches in that first inning, so we'll see how far Mike Skitling goes deep in the pitch count with him.
Nygaard will be walked. Nygaard at first, bringing up Talon Hebert, the right fielder. Hebert on the season for the Vistas. You have to go down the list quite a bit to find Hebert. He sits at a 1.59 batting average on the year. The right-handed batter steps in with nobody out.
I'm a betting man right here. Your number 9 player, your number 9 hitter, you're bunting right here.
Pigors will take a look back over to Nygaard. Scott, you called it. He shows bunt, and a strike is delivered at 77 miles an hour, 0-1 the count.
And this is exactly the position when you get the number 9 hitter on, nobody out, and a runner on first base. Get the bunt down. Give yourself up. Let them know that you're going to bunt, but get it down so we can so you can move the runner into scoring position.
Here comes the windup. This one's going to be bunted away. Pigors will take. He'll fire over towards Feeney at second covering, and there's one down here for the Vistas.
Well, he did exactly. He got the ball down, but he just he bunted it too hard right back at pitcher Pigors. He wants the first baseman or third baseman there to field that ball.
We go back to Chase Burke, the center fielder, the leadoff batter for the Vistas. On with a single to start the ball game tonight. Then it was Dylan Vegestead that brought him around to score. He'll be a senior at Minot High this year. Here's the windup and the pitch outside. Ball number 1, 1-0.
Yeah, him along with Rosiska, it could be a pretty good 1-2 punch for the Magician football team. Hopefully we get to see them this fall here.
Absolutely. That's an understatement, if you will. Everybody itching for high school sports to brew back up. We get a little flavor here with summer baseball. 1-0 pitch. Burke is going to smash this one out towards left, over the head of the left fielder, but making the play there is Divine, and Divine tracks that one down. Runner goes back over to first, and there's 2 away.
Just missed that one, I'll tell you that right now. Chase is probably saying to himself, oh, could I have that one back? But he gave it a ride, but they're getting good contact. They're making good contact with the baseball.
Nick Devine was the one that was on his horse over and left, tracking that down. He had to run with that baseball coming over his head, made the play in front of the Sanford side over in left field. A great play there. This one's going to be delivered high for ball number 1.
You know, this might be a good chance for us as we get going here that, we talk about North Dakota is going to go on, hopefully with their fall sports season. Today, the Minnesota High School Activities Association decided to move football and volleyball to the spring.
Diving in over at second, and safely will be Talon Hebert as Kersey Harris took strike number 1. Harris stepping in for his second at bat. He's 0 for 1 here tonight.
Could be some interesting football games in Minnesota next spring in March.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Minnesota, like North Dakota, never know what Mother Nature's got in store. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to miss high. 2-1 here to Kersey Harris. Harris playing third base here tonight. Again, batting .319 on the season with a runner on second and 2 down. Swung and a miss. 2-2 now the count. We'd like to thank our friends at Diamond Tea Ranch, proudly bringing you summer baseball on the PSP Network. Luke and John Erickson, former Minot Vista's state champions from Diamond Tea Ranch, wish everybody competing the best of luck. This one's going to be fouled away over on the first base line. Visit DiamondTND.com for more information about their premier Hereford cattle just south of the Magic City. 2-2 count coming here to Kersey Harris with 2 down and a runner at second base for the Vistas. Top half of the second, Minot leads 1-0. Strike 3 looking. Harris sees a K go next to his name. Vistas don't score any. They don't register a hit either. In the top half of inning number 2, they still lead 1-0. Let's go to the bottom half of the second. It's state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Fibeto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
Municipal Ballpark here in Bismarck, North Dakota, with a beautiful view of downtown Capital City, North Dakota. This place is beautiful. We've got a ball game on our hands in the quarterfinals on this beautiful ball surface here tonight. Minot leads Bismarck 1-0 at the end of 1.5 innings complete. Let's go to the bottom half of the second. And Bismarck will lead off with Skylar Riedinger, the third baseman, here for the number 2 seeded Bismarck Governors. Riedinger sees strike 1. He swung and missed. Eli Nissen, 75 miles an hour. He'll have his second pitch at this at-bat. That ball's going to be spanked up the left field line right into the evergreen. And the light pole there, foul ball. 0-2, and Nissen way ahead of the count now early at this at-bat. Riedinger on the year, batting .344, third best batting average on the team. Struck him out. No, he didn't.
Didn't go.
Home plate umpire Reggie Jackson looks over to Nate Seeley, and Seeley says didn't quite get around, so that's ball number 1. Yeah, as you mentioned, Scott, this beautifully renovated ballpark. Great crowd on hand here tonight. That ball's going to be hit hard out to left. On his horse, trying to make a play, diving, catching, and grabbing. There's Ruziska, makes the play and left.
And that's a great play by the youngster, but I think he got fooled off the bat because I think he took about a step and a half back, thinking it was going to be deeper, and then had to get on his horse, so he did make the great play on the but if he doesn't take that step and a half back, it's probably a routine fly out. But a good catch by Ruziska.
Here comes Connor Weincup, batting .304 on the year from the right side of the dish, and Nissen's in for a strike, 69 miles an hour that time. 92 at-bats for Weincup on the year. Scored 25 runs, swing and a miss. Strike number 2, and Eli Nissen has it dialed in early in the ball game here tonight.
Start of a long week of baseball here in the PSP Network tonight.
This ball's going to be hit well out to Chase Burke. Burke tracking, easily gobbles that one up. And there's 2 down here for the Vistas as Connor Weincup flies out to Chase Burke.
You look at left and center fielder Burke and Ruziska. We talked about them in the top half of the inning. Will be a great 1-2 duo for Minot High at the tailback spot. Got a lot of speed out there.
Left and center are covered well, without a doubt. How will the Minot High football line be? That's kind of the question mark right now, because if they're good, Minot High might have a shot at it. That ball's going to be fouled away. Crew Walker, the catcher, at bat here for his first at bat to the night.
I agree with the offensive line. I think they've got some kids there, but they're going to be inexperienced, being early, and they do have to find themselves a new quarterback.
Nissen delivers. Some of the fans thought that was in for a strike. He missed 1-1. 2 down, bottom half of the second inning. Vista scored one of the first. Nobody scored since. This ball is going to be chopped over towards Plemmel. He gloves it, taps the bag, and the Vistas have a lead as they enter the third inning. No runs on no hits for the Bismarck Governors in the bottom half of the second. We got a ball game here in the quarterfinals. Minot's on top. It's state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
8 teams made it to the state AA tournament here for senior Babe Ruth without the Legion affiliation here in 2020. 3 of those teams have stamped their tickets into the semifinals. One more team to do so here tonight. Minot leads Bismarck 1-0 at the end of 2 innings played here tonight.
Nick, as you mentioned earlier, State B Independent Tournament starting Friday at Corbett Field, runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will carry all 4 first-round games on Friday, starting at 12:30. Lemoore against Hazen, then at 3 o'clock, Thompson and Renville County. At 5:30, Belva and Langdon. 8 o'clock, Kidder County and Garrison. We'll come back to the 2 semifinals on Saturday, the championship game on Sunday, and any other games that involve either Renville County, Garrison, and Belva. So should be a lot of fun at Corbett Field this weekend.
Taking you back to your roots, Scotty, with some Class B baseball from legendary Corbett Field this week. You locked and loaded. Are you ready for some state
I'm
meet?
ready. It's going to be really fun. It's a great way to showcase Corbett Field to those smaller communities and their fans.
Plemmel comes to bat again here for the Vistas. He sees ball number 1. Plemmel 0 for 1 here tonight with 1 plate appearance so far in the ball game. Pegor's still pitching. Here's the windup, and Plemmel's going to chop that one over towards the third baseline, but foul. Easy glove there for Riedinger, but it was already foul before the opportunity to throw Plemmel at first out. 1-1 the count.
I don't know if you read it today, but finally the Minot Public School System came out with their restart for the fall year. Everything is going to be in class to start with. Any parent that wants to keep their kid out of the in school can do it online through distance learning. But I think it's just great that we're getting the kids back into school.
Pegors will fire in for ball number 2, 2-1. I set a record at Minot High School my senior year. I missed 28 days of school. Somehow they let me graduate. This would have been tailor-made for me. I would have been eating that up.
Well, there's a reason they graduated with you. They wanted to get rid of you.
They didn't want me back. 2-2 the count.
I think they did the same thing to me.
Jack Plemmel.
I can't remember that far back.
Here's the windup of the pitch. Plemmel sees strike 3 in the second. K in the ball game is Jack Plemmel. Back-to-back strikeouts. Harris, then Plemmel. This time in the top half of the third. There's 1 down here for the Governors. Dylan Bangaston with an RBI single here tonight comes to the dish. He's going to play at Minot State University next year. That green and black bat looking to get some use here tonight. Pegors fires outside. 80 miles an hour there, and it's ball number 1, 1-0 the count here with 1 down. Vista's leading 1-0 in the top half of the third. Pegors delivers, just missed again, high, and the count is 2-0.
Winner here will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against West Fargo. Loser will play at 1 o'clock in a loser-out game against Dickinson.
3-0 now the count as that one missed again. And Pegors gets some encouragement from Cade Feeney at shortstop. Long-haired Pegors will fire again, and Bangaston is walked.
That's the fourth walk given up by Pigors, and he has thrown a lot of pitches.
Logan Merck comes back to bat. He was walked his last at bat. He was stranded on base in the first inning. Merck steps back in here for Minot. Fifth best batting average on the team, batting .308 here in 2020. The windup from Pigors. Merck slaps that one over towards Pat Hanson. Pat hit it with his hand, knocked it down, and Pat has a smile on his face, and he'll just throw it into the Bismarck bench.
We won't give him an error on that. That was a hard hit ball.
Especially barehanded with the right hand. Pigors takes a look over to first at Vegasted. Now Burke reaches for it, puts this one up over on the first base line, and there's one down here for the Vistas. I'm sorry, two down here for the Vistas.
You know, we mentioned, we talked about Chase Burke and Hunter Rosiska being a mainstay for the Minot High Magician football team. Logan Merck, who just popped up, he's one of the key cogs in that state runner-up team from Bishop Ryan that will be going back to the Lions this fall.
Merck, by the way, the only Bishop Ryan Lion on this Vistas ball team.
No, Kersey Harris is also a Bishop Ryan Lion.
Kersey as well, my apologies. Can't leave those Ryan guys out. You'll hear about it. Just ask the Mueller boys from Planet Pizza. They'll tell you all about it if you leave them out. All fun and games. Thanks again to Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. Brought you the pregame show tonight in a full season here of summer baseball. Strike two delivered into Hunter Rosiska. Pigors taking the call from Crew Walker. Takes a look over at first. 2 outs. Minot leading 1-0. This ball will be fouled back by Rosiska. Strike two.
Interesting there on the 0-2 pitch to the number 6 hitter. They had Biggestead, who I do not think, and it's not because I don't think he can run, but Dylan I don't think had a stolen base. Oh, he had 2 of them during the campaign. I'll get some heat for that now.
We're making friends left and right here tonight in Bismarck. Flags out in center field, blowing over towards the west. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the night for Pigors. He's got some capabilities with the K's. He's got 3 of them in the ball game. And Minot still leads 1-0. No runs, no hits, no Bismarck errors. Let's go to the bottom half of the third. It's state tournament coverage. Here from Bismarck, Minot leads 1-0 at the end of 2.5 played.
PSP Network has one mission: promoting our local athletes while delivering pro-quality broadcast coverage. Stay up to date with the PSP Network on Twitter @NetworkPSP and on Facebook at the PSP Network. Like and follow our social media for your chance to win. PSP Network. It's game day.
Big thank you to our friends at Homesteaders, bringing you tournament coverage here on the PSP Network. Homesteaders, doesn't matter the time of the day, but the breakfast certainly is good at Homesteaders. Scott and I were there yesterday. Was that yesterday or the day before?
It was yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday, that's fantastic stuff. Homesteaders bringing you state tournament coverage for the state AA and B.
Yeah, and you bring that up, and I'd be remiss. I've been working on some things with the State B Legion tournament coming up, and you know, a big thank you to a lot of those businesses, not just here in Minot and our surrounding areas, that have stepped up to help us out help bring that tournament. That we couldn't do it without the sponsors. You know that as well as I do, Nick.
Jack Johnson will lead things off. You're exactly right, Scott. When you hear those sponsors come across the airwaves, we sure ask that you patronize them. Tell them thanks for bringing you summer baseball. Without them, we just wouldn't be here. Johnson takes ball 1 from Eli Nissen. 72 mile an hour that time for Nissen, the 15-year-old. He'll deliver again. This one's going to roll right up the first base line. Foul ball.
That was foul from the start. It hit his leg on the swing.
Happy to report that there's a water slide at the hotel we're staying at tonight. Will we see you on the water slide tomorrow at all or no?
No. I gave all that fun up many years ago.
Not me. I'll be riding that thing all day tomorrow. Depending on how long, the Vistas are the team that we're covering here at the tournament. Strike 2, by the way, on the fallback there for the designated hitter Johnson. The Vistas either play tomorrow at 1 or tomorrow night at 7. They have a 1-0 lead right now here in the bottom half of the third against the number 2 team in the state, the Bismarck Governors. And Nissen delivers there for a ball, 2-2.
At Minot's Finest Collision Center, we ensure the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle, so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We are more than an auto body repair shop. Call them. Minot's Finest, 839-0989.
Logan Merck, the second baseman, made the play right on the grass over in right field. And there's one down here in the bottom half of the third inning. Brings up Nick Devine, the left fielder, his first at-bat of the ball game.
I hate to jinx you here, but this one's moving along pretty rapidly. We're only about a little over a half hour into it.
Checking the first base umpire. Strike number one for Eli Nissen. 77 miles an hour that time. Sun starting to shine out to left and center field. Here's the windup of the pitch. Swung on, strike two. Well, Nissen can bring heat, 77 that time. He almost threw a perfect game in Mandan in June. He went 6 innings complete. Heck of a ball game that night for the youngster. 1-2 now the count.
And he's only 15 years old. He's going to get stronger. He's not a real big kid yet, but I would think he'll start filling out.
Here's the windup of the pinch. This one's going to be smacked up over towards Talon Hebert. Sun in his eyes. Oakley's on his face. And the ball in the glove. 2 outs.
How do you know those are Oakleys?
I saw him earlier here tonight. No way I could see that far. I've got good vision. Not quite that good.
7 straight now. 7 up, 7 down here for Nissen.
No strikeouts yet of the ball game here for Eli Nissen. 2 down, however. Only 1 hit allowed. Here's the windup of the pitch. Strike number 1 there to the top of the order batter, Colton Schulte. 0 for 1 in the ball game here tonight for Schulte. Wind up in the pitch. Schulte's going to send this one up towards the shortstop. Third base. Third base is going to call it off. That's Kersey Harris. Kersey makes the play. And we've got a 1-0 ball game at the end of 3 innings played. No runs, no hits for the Bismarck Governors in the third inning. Let's go to the fourth. It's state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
Deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus.
No runs on no hits. Bottom half of the third for Bismarck brings up the Vistas to the top of the fourth. Here with the play-by-play 40-plus year veteran of Minot Athletics, it's Mr. Scott Cattell.
Well, thank you very much, Nick. And we'll have the bottom 3 in the order for Minot coming to the plate. Braden McCarty, Morgan Nygaard, and Talon Hebert. Braden McCarty, second at bat today. He follows the first pitch down the third baseline. Flew out to center fielder Weincup in the first inning, or Wickham, excuse me. And the 0-1 pitch is a ball. Braden's done a lot of the catching this year. Biggestead would have probably been the main catcher, but because of that injured leg, he has done a lot of DHing. It's a ground ball to Feeney at short. He'll make the play over to Hanson. Easy 6-3 there. 1 out here in the fourth.
Kate Feeney like a vacuum cleaner over there, the shortstop position. It's going to be tough to get a ball past him. He's got a chance at it. He usually gobbles it up, but he's got a gun to get it to first, 1 down.
Morgan Nygaard, who walked and then was forced out at second, back in the second. First pitch hitting out in front of the plate. Let's see. Catcher, wow. Yeah, that's a great play right there. Catcher, Crew Walker jumped out of the box, and he beat Pegors to the ball, which was probably best because he was best suited to get it to first, and then fired a strike to Hanson. So quickly, 5 pitches No, 4 pitches, and we got 2 down.
Crew Walker looked to get up just a little bit slow. Almost looked like an awkward bend trying to get to that baseball, but he still had to put it over at first base.
Might have got the only run of the game in that first inning on a Burke single, who was then got the second on a ground out and then was driven in by Dylan Bigestead. Minot with 2 hits, Bismarck with 1. First pitch was a strike to the right-handed hitting Kellen Hebert. That one just outside. Pigors has struck out 3 and walked 4 in the ball game, but the walks have not hurt him as of yet. That one popped high in the air on the left field side. Third baseman Riedinger in foul territory makes the play. That's 5 straight up and down for Pigors. We played 3.5 halfway through this one. It is the Minot Vistas 1, Bismarck nothing. You're listening to the State AA Tournament from Bismarck here on the PSP Network.
Is knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Eli Nissen, the 15-year-old left-hander, still on the mound. Again, he's given up only 1 hit. He's struck out nobody. He's walked nobody. And the only hit that he has given up was an infield dribbler down the third baseline to Hintz, the leadoff hitter for Bismarck here in the 4th. It'll be Hintz, Hanson, and Feeney. They're 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Hintz bats from the left side. Again, he hit a dribbler right out in front. It was not playable by anybody. It was, and he got an infield hit. That's the only hit given up by Nissen. Left-hander is outside and low. Eli working in his 4th inning here. Opening game of this State AA baseball tournament. Strike on the inside corner. Again, Reggie Jackson, longtime baseball and basketball official here in North Dakota, behind the plate. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck is the left-handed hitting Connor Hanson. That one, ball 3. So I think, you know what? I think that might. Oh, and it might be only the 2nd or 3rd 3-ball count that Eli's had. Now he'll get it to full at 3-2, right down Broadway.
A lot of poise in this young player. He doesn't mind getting behind an account. He prefers to be ahead, obviously.
And that's fouled weakly down towards Mike Skitlin.
Talked to Eli after his performance in Mandan, where he had the no-hitter going in the perfect ball game. He just said that he relies on his teammates. He just wants to throw strikes. Doesn't matter pitch by pitch.
That one is going to be grounded down the first baseline. Hit very slowly. Oh, boy. And Plemmel made a great play. It was hit very, very slowly. Right at Plemmel. He had to charge it. And then Jack had to make the decision. Am I going to try to get to the bag, or am I going to tag him? He decided to tag Hintz as he came by. And there's 1 down here in the 4th.
Connor Hanson comes up next. He's gone 1 for 1 here tonight. This middle part of the lineup here.
He reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning.
My apologies.
You're fine.
This heart of this.
We're still trying to work with you on, some of the jargon in baseball. Just like you'd have to help me in hockey. 1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0.
Point of the story, the heart of this lineup for Bismarck. They've got some power with Hanson, Feeney, and Riedinger.
All right, that's strike called there. Hanson, again, bats from the left side. That's up high, 3-1. And now what you have to do if you're Pat Arnson and even Mike Skitlin is you got to start worried about maybe your pitchers are getting a little labored as we get later in the game. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Vistas. 3-1 pitch was right down the pipe. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it's hit hard down the first base line, but foul. By first base coach for the Bismarck Governors. It's Blaine Steiner. He has some Minot connections. Used to be in the Magic City before coming down here to Bismarck. Here's the payoff again, 3-2. That one hit hard again right down that first base line.
Over there for the Vistas, Calvin Watkins was retrieving the last foul ball. Watkins had to look out. That one was like a headhunt coming after him.
All right, so we're set to go after right fielder Hebert comes in to retrieve that foul ball. Here's the 3-2 again. That one hit right at Plemmel. It wasn't hit hard. He got it off the end of the bat, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the fourth inning. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row set down by Nissen. So he's doing exactly what Pat Arnson wants. He hasn't struck anyone out, and his defense is making the plays. Here's Cade Feeney, popped out to second baseman Merck to end the first. Cade on his way to North Dakota State University to play some baseball.
Leads the team in runs with 37, hits with 48, home runs with 6, RBIs with 33.
He was also the AP Sportscasters and Sports Writers High School Male Athlete of the Year this past year. Outstanding football player and basketball players in that respect as well. That one down low. It's 2-1 now to the right-handed hitting shortstop for the Bismarck Governors. On deck, Riedinger. That one popped up again to the right side. Merck in about the same spot as the first time puts away Feeney, and Eli Nissen and the Vistas rolling along. They lead after 4 complete. It is Minot 1, Bismarck nothing. You're listening to the State AA Legion Baseball Tournament here on the PSP Network.
Knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Well, they go to the top of the 5th inning. The Vistas will send up their 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Burke, Harris, and Plemmel, to face Pegors, who is still in the lineup. We've had no action going on in either bullpen. Pegor is out there for his 5th inning of work. Has struggled at times with his control, but he also does have 3 strikeouts. And one of them was, Burke, I guess, with one of only the 2 hits. All the hits in this game, Nick, have been in the first inning, 2 by Minot and 1 by Bismarck, and that's why we're in a pitcher's duel right here. First pitch is a ball. Second one is down outside and gets by catcher Walker, and back to the backstop. It'll be 2-0 on Burke. They'd love to get Burke on base here because he can cause some problems for a pitcher because of his speed. There's a called strike.
18 stolen bases on the year for Chase Burke. He's a guy that certainly can get around the bags with ease here in 2020.
All right, that 2-0 pitch was a ball, by the way. 4 pitches and he walks. 5th walk given up here by Pegors. And now we'll see what they want to do here with the 1-0 lead. Coming up, number 2 hitter, Kersey Harris. He grounded out to short and struck out looking.
Well, I was just going to mention, I like the way that Pegors has been able to come back in the ballgame when he's had the opportunity to be down in the count. Nice job from Crew Walker with the call signs here tonight. And Pegors has come back nicely.
And boy, Harris hits a long, deep one to left field. Divine back. He'll make the catch. Burke was on his horse, has to retreat to first base. That was hit right on the nuts right there, Nick. He just missed it.
340 out to the fence at that point, right underneath the lights. And a nice play by Divine out there tracking that baseball. Another nice hit out there from Kersey Harris. But the first down of the ball game here in the top half of the 5th.
All right, here is Plemmel. He squares to bunt. I don't think the number 3 hitter is going to be bunting. Well, he pulls back. There's a throw down to first. That one got by Hanson and into right field. That will move Burke up. That will be an error on the catcher. That'll be an error on the catcher, Walker, who threw it in the dirt, and it couldn't be dished out of there by a Hanson. So Burke gets into scoring position. Now you've got your 3-4 hitters. 1-0, yeah, you're leading, but boy, 2-0 would look a lot nicer than 1-0. Here's Plemmel, who is 0 for 2, struck out and lined out. Outside, ball 2. Pegor's now struggling a little bit to find the plate. He walked Burke on 4 pitches, and Harris hit it hard to left, but was retired. Now Plemmel 2-0. And that one, strike 1. Jack thought it was a little low there.
Jack's body language immediately after the call was made was as if to say, I don't think so.
There's one thing about Jack Plemmel. You know his reaction and how he's feeling, and I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. He does wear his emotions on his sleeve. That ball hit into left field by the third baseman. Burke will have to hold at first or third because he had to make sure Riedinger wasn't going to get to it. Riedinger made a great effort on it, Nick, but it got through, and Plemmel has moved Burke up to third. He's on first with a hit down, and Dylan Bigestead, your number 4 hitter, to the plate. Now, you're looking for 2 different things here. A single would be great because that doesn't create another out, but a fly out deep enough to one of the outfield positions would score Burke easily. And now Mike Skitlin's going to make his way to the mound. And there's one thing about Coach Skitlin. He doesn't move real fast out to the mound. I watched him earlier in the Heilman Performance Tournament, and they're going to take the ball from Pegor, as I thought that's what he was going to do. And we'll see who he brings in. He did not have anybody warming up. Pegor's done. And just as I thought, well, we'll wait here. I don't know if it's going to be Hins. Yeah, it looks like Nick Hins is going to. I thought maybe he might go with Feeney right here, but he's not. So Hins will come in, and we'll get this all sorted out. Nick, why don't we take a short break? 1-0, Minot is threatening here in the 5th. We're back on the PSP Network right after this.
Knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
Well, your new pitcher for the Bismarck Governors is Nick Hins. Hins will move from second base to pitch to the pitching mound. Isaac Pegors will move to third base. He will now bat in Jack Johnson's spot at the number 8 spot in the order. And moving from third base to second base is Skylar Riedinger. Pegors 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 5, and he still is responsible for both Chase Burke and Jack Plemmel, who are, or excuse me, and yeah, Jack Plemmel, who are on the baseball base. Bigestead, Burke at third, Plemmel at first, 1 down. Bigestead 1 for 1. He's walked and singled in the only run of the ball game. Here's the pitch. He'll bunt. He'll square and try to bunt. Pops it back. Kind of interesting that you take your number 4 hitter and have him bunt on a, and that was more of a safety squeeze than anything else. Burke was not coming on that one. So let's see what Pat Arnston wants to do here. 0-1 count now to the right-handed hitting Vigestead. He'll swing away. It's down low, ball 1.
Great outing for Pegors, by the way. I thought he did a fantastic job. 3 hits, 1 earned run for the Vistas in the ball game. Got out of some jams in the contest. That first inning, he left 3 runners stranded for the Vistas.
That one popped up high in the infield. And Pegors will come over in front of the shortstop area and make the catch. So big out right there. And that'll make it 2 down. And the batter now will be Logan Merck. Merck has walked and popped up. Hintz coming in just over 20 innings of pitching. He's got a 2.85 ERA. Pitch to Merck is a strike.
Another big at-bat here for Logan Merck.
There is the 0-1 pitch. It's outside, 1-1. 2 outs here in the 5th. Sunshine covering the infield and outfield. In fact, there's kind of a shadow right out in front between the pitcher and the plate right now. I don't know who that benefits, who gets benefited there. Here's Merck. It's outside and high, 2-1.
Well, the first baseman can certainly see the baseball a whole lot better without the sun in his eyes compared to the second baseman and the right fielder. Right fielder is the one that's taking the worst of the sun here right now late in this ball game.
2-1 pitch coming, 2 outs here in the 5th. That ball hit to right center field. Will it get down? Great catch by the right fielder. Wow, Schulte came a long way, and again, battling that sun, Nick, and made a nice play, or that could have opened up some things for Minot, but they come across with nothing. Good job by Hins. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left, 4.5 in the books. It's Minot 1, Bismarck nothing at the State AA Summer Baseball Tournament on the PSP Network.
Is knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
Summer baseball here on the PSP Network, brought to you by all those fine sponsors that you hear, including our friends at Don Bissett Motors. We want to thank each and every one of the local businesses from the Magic City supporting the PSP Network and the summer baseball. We sure appreciate all of them, especially here at tournament time. What a ball game tonight. We enter the 6th inning. Minot leading 1-0 with the play-by-play in the bottom half of the 5th, 42-year veteran of Minot Sports on the radio. Here's Scott Cattell.
5, 6, and 7 hitters, Riedinger, Weincup, and Walker. Here's Riedinger. He flew out the left fielder, Rosiska. Good catch by Rosiska back in the 2nd. Bismarck has not had a base runner to second base in the ballgame, but then they've only had 2 base runners in the ballgame. 0-2 now on Riedinger as Eli Nissen just cruises along here, leading 1-0. That one, ooh, boy, what a pitch right there. He just handcuffed Riedinger on the inside fastball. And first strikeout of the ball game. Looking, Riedinger, I think Riedinger was looking something else and was just, he was froze on that pitch. And now batting will be Connor Weincup. He flew out to center fielder Burke back in the 2nd. Minot leads 1-0. 1 out here in the 5th. First pitch strike.
Fun to see Eli Nissen work here a little bit. You see a strikeout from him. Motivates the young man. 70 miles an hour on the last pitch there. Now a 1-1 count, but the way that he's able to find the strike zone, the way he's able to recover when he gets behind in the count, you mark a K down for him, and all of a sudden the adrenaline starts pumping that much more for the youngster.
Yeah, we're in the 5th here, scheduled for 7. 1 out here in the 5th, so still a long ways to go here. But Minot clings. They scored in the 1st on a Vigestead single that scored Burke, and that's the only score of the ball game. And there's a ball hit to Nygaard at short. Up with it, the long throw over. They got him. And again, we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast that He's got the one strikeout. We said building the baseball, doing it on the defensive end would be key, and so far the Vistas have done a nice job.
Vistas have done a nice job. The Achilles heel all year long has been that E on the scoreboard. There's been ball games for the Vistas where they've had over 5 errors in one contest in a doubleheader of a game, and that's just in game number 1 or game number 2. Tonight, they've done a nice job defensively. The little things have been executed well here tonight.
Here is Crew Walker on an 0-1 pitch. Falls it down the left third base side. Crew grounded out to first baseman Plemmel back in the second. Again, as we mentioned, Minot came into this ball game with no pressure on him. Nobody expected them as the 7th seed to make it here or to win this one tonight. They were beaten by Bismarck 4 times during the campaign, but right now they lead 1-0. But again, still a lot of baseball left to play here. 1 and 2, 2 outs here in the 5th for Bismarck, way outside. Count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, everybody except for you. You brought your golf clubs with down to the capital city just in case.
I figured if Minot had won tonight, we'd have something to do in Bismarck tomorrow. Maybe go play a round of golf somewhere. That's going to be outside, 3-2. I kind of convinced you to bring those along, didn't you? I just had a good feeling about the Vistas tonight. Although we still got a long ways to go. I don't want to jinx them. Here is it's a full count here, 3-2.
Never had the chance to golf with you. I wonder what that experience would be like. Hope we can do it.
Ah, well, we'll see. There's the first walk given up by Nissen. By the way, the final line score for Pegor is 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 5 and struck out 3. Not a bad outing for the right-hander. And now we have a runner on first. That's the first base runner for Bismarck since Hanson was on first in the first on the fielder's choice. First pitch is a ball. And I don't see anybody in the Minot bullpen. Again, Derek Nygaard, I would think, would be the guy that we're looking at if we have to go to the bullpen, as he did not start in the regular lineup, and he's normally playing that shortstop spot.
Instead, it's his younger brother here tonight that got brought up from the Metros, Morgan Nygaard.
2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Pegor's. By the way, Pegor stays in the game. He was being designated hitted for, but once he went to play defense, he took in Jack Johnson's spot at the DH spot in the number 8 spot. Pitch by Nissen. That one hit right back up Nissen, up the hole, right by the head of Nissen into center field. Burke will retrieve it. Second hit of the ball game. First base runner to second base for Bismarck. And now to the plate comes the number 9 hitter. Here comes Pat Arnson out to the mound to have a word with his left-hander. Devine will come up. He flew out to right fielder Hebert back in the third inning.
By the way, Scott, no surprise with Isaac Pegor's batting .333 on the year, coming in 63 at-bats. This is a player that has driven in 15 runs. He's mustered up 21 hits on the year and 10 runs. He's a guy that certainly can get it done from the dish.
All right, so here is number 4. That is Nick Devine. Again, the number 9 hitter hit a sharp fly ball out to Hebert. Swing and a miss. Boy, off speed there for Nissen. That visit by Pat Arnson didn't take very long. It probably just told the youngster, hey, just keep throwing strikes. You're okay. Runners at first and second. First time Bismarck's had more than one base runner today. That one fall down the right field line out of play. Chased by Plemmel, but he'll run out of room.
Well, Nissen is aware that his Vistas ball team batting .275 collectively on the year, going against the Bismarck team batting .320. Nissen knows the importance of keeping the score down. Needs a little more run support, but he knows what his workload is here tonight. Bismarck heavily favored for the way they've swung the sticks this year.
0-2. 0-2 pitch. Throws Devine. The curveball strikes him out. And the Vistas through 5. Still lead this one. It's Minot 1, Bismarck nothing. You're listening to the State AA Summer Baseball Tournament here on the PSP Network.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
Well, we played 5 here. The line score looks like this for Minot. 1 run on 3 hits. They committed no errors. They've left 7 on base. For the Bismarck Governors, they have no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 3 on base. Winner of this one will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against West Fargo in the winner's bracket. The loser will play in a loser-out game against Dickinson at 1 o'clock. Other scores today in this tournament. Fargo Post 2, 10-0 over Fargo Post 400. Grand Forks in the best game up until this one, 2-0 over Williston. West Fargo started fast and never looked back, and they steamrolled Dickinson 11-0, and the Vistas scoring in the first inning here, and so far that's held up. It's 1-0 Minot as we go to the 6th. Nick Hins in his 2nd inning of relief, and he'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Rosiska, McCarty, and Nygaard. Rosiska has walked and struck out, swinging. 0 for 1 officially. First pitch. That's a strike. Hintz came in relief of Pegors with 1 out here in the 5th. We're in the 6th inning here. Should be a lot of fun these last 2. That ball hit left field. That's medium deep, and Devine, who's made some nice catches out in left field, makes that one. And there's 1 out in the Vista 6th. That will bring Braden McCarty to the plate. Braden has flew out to center fielder Weincup and also grounded to shortstop Feeney. 0 for 2. Again, Minot with 3 hits. 1 by Burke, 1 by Plemmel, 1 by Bigestead. Bigestead drove in the only run of the ball game. Ball 1 now to Braden McCarty. Morgan Nygaard stands on deck. Eli Nissen, 5 innings. That one hit right at Feeney. Ooh, Feeney, you don't see that happen very often. He had to move a couple of steps to his left, and I don't know, Nick, if he may have took his eye off the ball getting ready to throw.
Looked like he almost snow-coned the baseball just a little bit with the mitt, and it got through. Runner goes to first. Will they charge an error? It is charged. A second error on Bismarck of the ball game.
Morgan Nygaard will bat. He's walked and grounded. Actually hit a ball right out in front of the plate that Walker threw him out. That one hit the left field. That one might drop in. It does. It drops just behind the third baseman on the outfield grass. You know what? Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. And Morgan Nygaard with the bloop single. And Minot's got runners at first and second, 1 out, and Talon Hebert at the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice and popped out to second. Boy, would it be nice to see him find some green somewhere here. McCarty probably not as speedy as a Burke, but if he places it in the right spot, Minot would could get another run here. First pitch is a strike. Infield, Hanson up on the grass. Everybody else about medium depth. Outfield pretty much straight away, although right fielder Schulte way over. There's a big gap in right center. 0-1 pitch is up high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, nice crowd. Great facility here. Boy, they did a nice job with the renovations here at Bismarck Municipal Ballpark. Also home of the Bismarck Larks of the Northwoods League. Pitch. It's popped up out of play. Ooh, I tell you what. It looked as if, and I didn't know if you saw that, Nick, but I think they had McCarty dead to rights at second base if Hintz would have took one more look at Feeney. But it's 1-2, 1 out. Number 9 hitter Chase Burke stands on deck. 1-2 to Hebert. McCarty at second. Nygaard at first. Pitch. Swing and a miss as he got way out in front of that curveball. So 2 outs in the 6th here for the Vistas, and we'll go back to the top of the order. Chase Burke, who has singled and scored, flew out and walked. He's 1 for 2. And he's looking for a base knock right here. Another run would be huge right now for the Vistas. Pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Scott,
1 ball, 1 strike, or 1 ball, no strikes.
Talk about this beautiful venue. We also have to give a big thank you to Ethan Eberly, the tournament director. They're putting on a grade A performance and a grade A tournament down here. Hats off to the whole staff here, including Ethan Eberly, the tournament director here in Bismarck. We came here, we were welcomed with open arms. There's pizza when you walk in the door. We're in an air-conditioned press box. A job well done to everybody involved here in Bismarck for the state AA tournament.
That's why I love my job. Here's the 2-0 pitch, 2 outs. There's a throw down to second. That ball gets through Feeney into left center field. Weincup now to third base, and no, he's safe. Got in under it. Third baseman Pegors tagged him on the backside, but McCarty slid in. And now a lot of things can happen here. Staying at first is Nygaard, but that'll have to go as another error. And that one I think has to go in the catcher as well, because that was low and Feeney really couldn't dig it out. So, boy, a pass ball or any kind of thing here could get Minot another run. Also, if Burke can find the green right here, Minot will get another one. And it goes to 3-1. I think it should be 3-1. Or, yeah, I think it's 3-1. Yep. On deck is Kersey Harris. The 3-1 pitch coming to the leadoff hitter, Chase Burke. That one popped up. Oh, boy. You're going to get out of it without giving up a run. It's Feeney. High pop fly. He'll make the catch. So the error by 2 errors in the inning don't hurt the Governors. They get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Bismarck. 2 left after 5.5. It is Minot 1, Bismarck nothing on the PSP network.
Knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
Upset alert tonight here on the PSP Network. Minot leading 1-0 right now in the ball game as we enter the bottom half of the 6th inning. Minot leads the Bismarck Governors. Minot the number 7 seed. Bismarck the number 2 seed coming into the tournament here tonight. Here with the play-by-play in the bottom half of the 6th, Mr. Scott Cattell.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll be Schulte, Hins, and Hanson. So Nissen is going to have to face the heart of the order here, either in the 6th or the 7th, for Bismarck, hanging on to this 1-0 lead. Brady McCarty will throw it down again. Winners earlier in this tournament were Fargo Post 2, Grand Forks, West Fargo, and they were all the higher seeds. So Minot, if they could win this one, would be the only lower seed to win in the first round. And boy, it would make it tough for the Bismarck Governors to have to come all the way back after losing game number 1. Here's Schulte. He's flied out to right and popped up to third, 0 for 2. Only 2 hits given up here by an infield single by Hins and a one by Isaac Pegors. Hit right at Merck. 1 up, 1 down in the 6th. Boy, I tell you what, and I know we're 4 outs away still, but Pat Arnson, you can't ask for anything more than what he's getting right now from Mr. Eli Nissen.
There's a reason that the kid came in with a 1.4 ERA into the ball game here tonight. He is Minot's ace undoubtedly.
A pitch outside, ball 1. I do see some kids running down to the Vista bullpen. Kelvin Watkins and Derek Nygaard, and it looks like Nygaard's got the catching equipment. So a walk here now given up to Hins. Second walk given up, and now Hanson will bat. Boy, this is a critical part of the baseball game here for Minot, with their 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. Hanson reached on a fielder's choice and grounded to Plemmel at first. Hintz the runner at second, or at first, excuse me. Pitch from the left-hander. Outside, ball one. It'll be interesting, Nick, to see how long Pat Arnson stays with the youngster here.
The game of chess within the game.
That one outside as well. And I'm almost thinking that this could be his last hitter right here. Bring in the right-hander to face Feeney. It's 3-0. And you can tell that just in his body language, Nick, you could see that he's getting, I think there's some tiredness coming in there.
Well, if you remember the last time these two teams matched up, it was Cade Feeney that hit the grand slam in the same situation just like this, where Minot was in the ball game. They ended up in a jam. The bases were loaded. Feeney came up, and he went over the left field fence at Corbett Field and took that thing yard.
3-1 pitch. That ball hit. That's going to drop. That will get Hintz to second. Burke will get it, will retrieve it in right center, but a solid single there. Still no move here by Pat Arnson. He just looked at assistant coach Creighton Rudolph, having a little bit of a discussion. Now we got Aiden Almy. I think he's going down to find out if Watkins is ready. McCarty goes out to give Watkins a little bit more time. Feeney 0 for 2. Tying run at second base. Go ahead run at first. One out in the Bismarck 6th inning. Nissen will work out of the stretch. Takes a look at Hintz at second. Here's the pitch to Feeney. He'll hit it right at the shortstop, Nygaard. One there on to first. No, he's safe. Moving up is Hintz. He's 90 feet away from tying it. Nice play there by Nygaard and Merck. Plemmel with a nice play over at first because that ball's in the dirt. If that one gets by Plemmel, that would have tied the ball game up. Hintz will move up to third. It is 6-4 on the force out.
How about the poise of the young man Nissen facing the best hitter in all of the West Region, Cade Feeney, the NDSU recruit, and he just attacks him. He goes right after him.
It's not over yet. Now he's got Skylar Riedinger, flied out and been called out on strikes. Tying run 90 feet away. That ball hit the left center. Here comes Burke and makes the play. And the 15-year-old Eli Nissen fights his way out of that jam with some good defensive help from his fellow players and his teammates. And Bismarck comes up empty in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We have played 6 complete. From Bismarck, it's Minot 1, Bismarck nothing on the PSP network.
Knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
What a ball game this has been. Minot has not beaten Bismarck all year. During the campaign, they were beaten 9-2 and 7-5, plus 2 other games that were non-conference games. But right now, a gem here by Eli Nissen. Some great defensive play by the Vistas. They lead it 1-0. And if I'm a betting man, Nick Hallberg, I think Eli Nissen's day might be done after 6 innings. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, Aiden Almy went out to the bullpen to check on Derek Nygaard to see his status.
Kelvin Watkins is the guy that was warming up.
I'm sorry, Watkins to see his status. Almy comes back now, but the Vistas have some more time here as we're in the top half of the 7th, leading off here for the Vistas.
Here's Kersey Harris. He is 0 for 3. Grounded out, flied out, and called out on strikes, 0 for 3. It'll be Harris, Plemmel, and Vigestedt. Boy, they would love to add a run or 2 here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kersey batting .319 on the year.
Boy, what a huge win this would be for the Vistas. That ball's going to be hit to Feeney. He charges over to Hanson, 1 up, 1 down.
Well, that's the kind of play that you'd expect Cade Feeney to make. He's been charged with an error or two in the ball game. That second error may have been on the catcher, Crew Walker, but Feeney that time charging the baseball. You see his athleticism, scoops, changes hands, gets it over to first with ease. It brings up Jack Plemmel.
Plemmel is lined out, called out on strikes, and singled to left, 1 for 3. First pitch to him, a curveball high. Good delegation of Minot fans down here too, but they have the parents and the fans have really followed them all year. Here is the 1-0. The Plemmel is down low. Bismarck, if you're looking ahead to the 7th, they'll pick send up their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And it'll just be interesting. Down low, 3-0. Get Plemmel on here and see what the middle of the order in Bigestead, Merck, and Rosiska can do. And that's a ball 4, 4-pitch walk. It's a 6th walk given up today. Today by Bismarck pitching. First one by Hintz. Bigestead with the only RBI. The RBI single up the middle in the first. He's also walked and popped out the third baseman, Pegors. Stretch, look, pitch, pop straight back towards us. Not really towards us, but over our heads and into the parking lot.
In our direction, without a doubt. Special thanks once again to Planet Pizza, bringing you the ball game here tonight. Try them for their lunch buffet tomorrow, 11 to 2. Tomorrow, Planet Pizza truly is out of this world. Try their Blue Buffalo Pizza. It is fantastic.
Here is the 0-1 to Bigestead. 1 out, runner at first. Stayed off that high pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, coverage of the Vistas either tomorrow night right before 7 or tomorrow afternoon right before 1 o'clock. Right now, it'd be right before 7. They'd be playing in the winner's bracket. Pitch. That's outside. There's Plemmel going, and ball gets into center field by the second baseman. Plemmel will move to third, and now he's 90 feet away. And now Pat Arnson, even with his 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up, with only 1 out, he's got a lot of things, a lot of options right here. It's 2-1 on Bigestead. That'll be a stolen base and an error on catcher Cruz, or Walker. Yeah, Crew Walker. Boy, this would be a huge run for the Vistas. Bigestead just trying, keeping alive, falling it back into the screen. And what he's trying to do right here is just lift the ball to the outfield and give Plemmel a chance to score at a take-up. A big gap in right center field. Here's the 2-2, up high, 3-2. On deck, Logan Merck. And Logan Merck's the kind of guy that handles the bat pretty well, even from that 5 spot. Here's Bigestead, 3-2. Pops it up right side. Well, we got second baseman going back. He makes that play. Boy, I tell you, there was some indecision between Hanson and Riedinger there, but Riedinger finally makes the play.
Yeah, we talk about that sun being an issue right there, and that's probably one of the most affected parts of the playing surface. You can see on the PSP network that over in right field and just behind second base, there's basically that gap right there is where the sun's still shining in the eyes of those players.
There's Merck, first pitch to him. High and outside. Worked at Cal Ripken 11-year-old state tournament at Minot this past weekend. Here's a pitch outside. I'm just saying. Let's see it. They bases loaded, 2 outs for one of the teams. They stole home.
That'd be something.
I don't think Plemmel's coming. That's 3-0.
Then again, there was a delay in the Minnesota Twins Pittsburgh Pirates game today because of a drone out in center field.
It was what, an 8 or 9 minute or something like that, 8 or 9 minute. They said an unauthorized drone over target field. Let's see, that's a strike on the 3-0 Cup. So, you know what? It's the year 2020. Anything can happen.
Anything.
Pitch. That one's fly ball, medium center field. Wickham back to make the play. And the Vistas can't score. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1. Bismarck error. And 2 men left on base. 1 man left on base. After 6.5, we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Minot 1, Bismarck nothing here at the State AA Baseball Tournament on the PSP Network.
deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Vistas and Eli Nissen 3 outs away from moving on in this state this state summer baseball tournament. There'd be a first win in 5 tries against Bismarck. Bismarck will send their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. I'm surprised that Nissen is still in the game, but you know what? He's pitched so well up to this point. I think Pat Arnson's saying, let's see what he can do. I think if they get a base runner, he's gone. He'll come out. I think Watkins is still down in that bullpen. That ball hit right. That's Harris. Bobbles it up. Oh, and then he throws it into. Yeah. Oh, Kersey Harris bobbled it. Still had time after he recovered, but threw it high over Plemmel's glove, and then it bounced into between the fence and the signs over here. And that is an automatic base. So now your tying run is just, 180 feet away. Oh, boy. Bad time for that first error of the ball game.
Yeah, the overthrow over towards first base, landed to the mesh on top of the advertisements on the first base line. And the ball was dead immediately. It just went into the no zone. And the runner advances to second. Hang on tight.
Crew Walker bats. Grounded out and walked 0 for 1. He squares the bunt. Comes back. He'll hit it to the shortstop. Oh, no, yeah. That ball just was not, that was almost like a bunt, but it was hit off the end of the bat, and there was no chance for Morgan Nygaard to make the play.
Well, Jack Plemmel came cheating in. After the bunt was shown, Plemmel had the right play. He cheats way in. He comes all the way halfway to home plate, and then after showing bunt, the left-hander then swings on the pitch, and the baseball went over to Nygaard. Nygaard then had no outlet to throw it nowhere to throw it to because Jack Plemmel had made the play on the bunt. And now we've got runners on the corners.
Nobody out. Pat Arnson out talking to his, and I don't know if this is so much talking to Eli Nissen. I think this is talking to his infield saying, first of all, Kersey, you've got to forget about what happened there. And the situation with runners at first and third. The batter is going to be Isaac Pigors, who singled his last time up in his only at bat. A lot of things that Mike Skitlin can do. He might try to double steal here. I don't know the quickness of Crew Walker at first. You could bunt if you're the Vistas. You might. I don't think you want to load the bases, but you got to try to cut that. And they're going to play medium deep in the infield. They got Harris is up on the grass, holding at first is Plemmel. Pitch. They bunt it out front. They'll turn. McCarty will get him at first. No, they advance the runner to second. Actually, that will go as a sacrifice. So they got the runner. Walker to second. That's a sacrifice for Pigors. It goes 2-3, but it was just right out in front of the plate. No way for Weincup to score, and now Nick Devine will bat. Devine is struck out looking and flew to right. It's the number 9 hitter. Pat Arnson elects not to set up the force. There's a called strike.
Well, you can see the faith that the Vistas have in the young man, Eli Nissen. He's gone the distance. He's given up 4 hits in the ball game, no runs on the board, and he's in a big-time jam here ahead of the count, however, with 1 down.
Here is the ball hit to right field. Here comes Heber. He makes the catch, the throw to the plate. There's going to be a play. No, it's cut off, and they're going to throw the guy out at third. They're going to say the run counts at home. Reggie Jackson says the run will count at home, so scoring on the sacrifice fly off the flyout is Devine. As they were trying to throw it to the plate, It was cut off by Jack Plemmel. Plemmel threw out Walker trying to go from second to third to end the inning. So no further damage done, but we are going to extra innings, Nick. After 7 complete, it's Minot 1, Bismarck 1 from the state AA baseball tournament in Bismarck on the PSP network.
Minot is now open. It's time to focus on your better health. Premier Movement is taking all the necessary precautions and guidelines for social distancing and safety. On top of that, by design, our workout classes have always featured small groups for better focus, accountability, and better results. And speaking of accountability, we're locally owned and take pride in the services we provide in helping clients achieve their fitness goals. Try a free 2-week trial and see for yourself. Find us at premiermovementnd.com.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond T Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, by Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus,
Well, some extra baseball here from the state AA summer baseball tournament. Minot and Bismarck tied 1-1. Minot's led till the bottom of the 7th, giving up that tying run. So, hey, you know what? We got to go a little bit longer. And to bring you the top of the 8th inning, here's Nick Hallberg.
Thank you very much, Scotty. Great job with the call. Extra innings are needed here in the state quarterfinals on day number 1. Nothing but blowouts except for the matchup earlier on today with Grand Forks and Williston. Grand Forks won 2-0. Now we're in extra innings here. Bismarck and Minot, the old school West Region rivalry, and this one hasn't disappointed. 2-0 the count here to Hunter Ruziska. Here's the windup of the pitch. That one down and away, and the count moves to 3-0 here to Ruziska, the top half of the 8th inning. We thought maybe we would see 9-inning games here at the state tournament. They do elect to play 7 of the Senior Babe Ruth. And Ruziska walked to lead things off here in the top half of the 8th. Brings up the catcher, Braden McCarty. McCarty's had a nice outing here tonight.
Yeah, and I think what you got to do now, if you're Pat Arnson, you've got to play small ball. You've got to find a way for McCarty to get the ball down and get Ruziska, who's got some speed, in scoring position.
Here's McCarty seeing the first pitch. That one down and away. Ball number 1.
That's why I don't get paid for coaching.
It's much easier from up here in the booth, especially with the pizza back here in the press box.
Hey, and Scotcheroos aren't bad either.
Yeah, absolutely. Municipal Ballpark here in Bismarck. And McCarty, the catcher for the Vistas.
Gorgeous night here for baseball. Why not play a few more? Well, I'd actually only want to play one more, but
2-0 count here to the catcher, McCarty.
Winner to play tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against West Fargo. Loser against Dickinson at 1 tomorrow afternoon.
2-0 pitch coming to the catcher. McCarty chops it over towards third. That ball will be foul, and the count will move to 2-1. McCarty's a player that has caught the majority of the season for the Vistas behind the dish. Every player that we'll see now for the remainder of this ball game is in a position that they've dreamed about since they were little tiny kids. A chance to win the baseball game in extra innings. Runner on first, nobody out. 2-1, here's the pitch. That one high and away. Ball number 3 to McCarty.
You know, and remember, we have a guy in the person of Derek Nygaard, hitting .265 on the year, that played a lot of shortstop during the year. Did not start tonight. He's on the bench ready to pitch hit if they need him.
That one down and away, and back-to-back walks to lead things off in extra innings. Here comes Crew Walker to come talk to Nick Hines. Excuse me.
And here comes Mike Skitlin as well.
You're right, Skitlin taking his time, coming out to the hill for the conversation.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not in a hurry, I'll guarantee you that. Hey, Diamond T Ranch is proud to bring you Minot Vista Baseball. Diamond T Ranch, home of the premier Hereford cattle, just south of Minot. Former Vista State champions Luke and John Erickson from Diamond T Ranch wish the Minot Vistas and all of their the competitors good luck this season. Visit DiamondTRanch.com. And again, Buying or selling a home? Let 701 Realty. Andrew and McKenna Goodmanson make your experience positive. Browse their listings at www.701realty.com. 701 Realty, your home is here.
Well, the Bismarck Governors started Isaac Pegors tonight. He went 4 1/3 innings pitched. He gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 5 batters and struck out 3. Then they went to Nick Hintz. And now, guess who?
Cade Feeney.
They bring in one of the state's top producers from the Hill, Cade Feeney, sitting on 32 strikeouts on the season and 35 innings pitched. This gentleman's got a .20 ERA on the year. He comes in to see if he can't give Bismarck a win in the quarterfinals of the state AAA tournament here tonight. Feeney's a player that will go on to play at NDSU for the Bison next year. He's got all sorts of accolades in all sorts of sports down here in Bismarck. And this is a kid with the red cleats tonight that pitching red hot right now. The radar gun clocking that last one, 88 miles an hour. So the Vistas are going to see some speed here as they have the bottom of the order coming up with Morgan Nygaard, Hebert, and then back to Chase Burke. The good news for the Vistas, nobody out here in the top half of the 8th inning.
And not that Morgan Nygaard can't help you out here with a base hit or something like this, but I do feel now if I was to roll the dice and bet my last $5 bill, that's probably all I have in my pocket, but I would bet we're going to try to bunt these 2 to second and third.
89 miles an hour that time for Cade Feeney on the warm-up pitches here. He'll run through his warm-up protocol. Home plate umpire coming over and dusting off the home plate. That's Reggie Jackson here tonight.
Don't be surprised with Feeney on the mound and how effective he is that we bunt here. And don't be surprised that number 9 hitter Talon Hebert might be bunting as well. But first of all, you got to get the good bunt here to move both runners.
Right-handed batting Morgan Nygaard, the youngster that was called up from the Metros just a few weeks back, sees Cade Feeney. The windup and the pitch. She's going to bunt that one down the third base line, but foul. 89 miles an hour, Scott. And Cade Feeney certainly can put some dust on it. Can also put some fire on it as well. That one was buzzing.
By the way, with that change, Feeney from short to pitch, Riedinger moved from second to short, and then the pitcher Hins went back to second base.
13 games played for Nygaard on the year, and Morgan batting 184 in those 13 games for the Vistas. The windup of the pitch shows bunt. Here's the throwdown back over. Hot box. And now running back over, Ruziska. He's in the middle of a pickle here. He's going to get over to third. He slides in. Slate. And Ruziska gets around the tag over at third, and the Vistas have runners at scoring
I have
position.
no idea what happened there because the throw to Pegors was there in plenty of time, or Riedinger, and Ruziska found some way to get underneath, and now they don't have to bunt. It's 1-1 to Nygaard. Now a single could score 2. Wow, what a turn of events there because Ruziska was dead to rights.
Throwdown from Crew Walker was there. The hot box was in action, and Ruziska finds a way to get into third base safely. Runners advance, and we've got a situation on our hands with nobody out. Runners in scoring position. We're in extra innings in the Vistas, and Bismarck Governors still tied at 1. Swing and a miss and a strikeout there from Cade Feeney as he sits down the youngster Morgan Nygaard.
Don't bet against another suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze here with Hebert.
Talon Hebert comes up. He's going to see a 91-mile-an-hour fastball there from Cade Feeney.
Yeah, and I think all Feeney's going to do is he's just going to challenge him with the fastball right now. If you can hit it, you can hit it.
Come and get me, he says. He's going to fire again, and that's exactly what he does. 91 clocked again, and strike number 2 there to Talon Hebert. Should be an 0-2 count, I believe, here,
yeah,
Scott.
it should be.
Says 1-1 on the board, 1 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming. That one down.
Oh, no, that first pitch was called a ball.
First pitch was a ball, my apologies. The 1-2 count. 1 down.
Bismarck's infield up, by the way.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Cade Feeney bringing heat again right at 91 miles an hour. And that brings up the leadoff batter, Chase Burke. Player that lives for a situation like this. Burke on the season, batting .367. He had a hit against Kane Feeney when they played at legendary Corbett Field just about a month ago. The windup of the pitch, that one in for a ball, 92 mile an hour, the fastest we've seen so far here at the state tournament in Bismarck. Feeney, the 1-0 pitch to Chase Burke. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count now with 2 down.
And again, what he's doing, Nick, is he's just saying, I'm going to give you my best, and if you can hit it, go ahead.
Kane Feeney taking the call from Crew Walker. Chase Burke wants time, and Chase Burke steps out. Runners in scoring position for the Vistas. They scored in the first inning. Nobody has scored since then for Minot. Chase Burke swings and misses, strike 2. Bismarck didn't score all the way until the bottom of the 7th. So 1 in the first, 1 in the 7th, 2 runs total tonight. It's been a dogfight in the state quarters. Here's the 1-2 pitch, high and away, 2-2. Bismarck fans don't like it. You hear their displeasure.
That was 93.
93 mile an hour fastball.
Here comes another fastball.
That
Ooh,
one
lucky.
high and away.
Oh, that was okay. That made it 3-2.
So Kane Feeney reaches down. He adjusts the sock on the left leg. Takes the call from Crew Walker. Payoff pitch coming. It's going to be a heater. This one down and inside. And Chase Burke is walked as the bases are now loaded. Kersey Harris comes to bat here for the Vistas. Kersey again on the season with the 3rd best batting average on the team, .319. 11 RBIs to his name, and Kersey has an opportunity to be a hero tonight, but he faces Kane Feeney. Strike number 1, 92 mile an hour fastball.
You know, I don't think he's throwing anything but a fastball since he came in.
Feeney takes the call again, the windup of the pitch, swing and a miss. Here comes Crew Walker out to talk to Kane Feeney. Says Govs on the front of the Bismarck uniform. They're in their white uniforms here tonight. Vistas in those baby blues. Seeing if some luck is with them. It sure seemed like it all the way up until the bottom half of the 7th inning. They led 1-0 the entire ball game. We're in extras now. And the closer, Feeney, who wears number 10 on the hill, throwing absolute heat against the number 7 Minot Vistas. 0-2 pitch to Kersey Harris. Struck him out. The Vistas leave 3 stranded as they bring in the absolute horse, Kane Feeney, throwing heat to this one. 93 was the tops. Let's go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1-1 ball game. Extra innings are needed. Bismarck's turn to see if they can put the finishing touches on the quarters. This is summer baseball, the state tournament coverage here on the PSP Network.
First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiasts. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
State AA tournament here in Bismarck started this morning at 10 a.m. Fargo against Fargo, and it was Post 2, the defending state and region champions, that took it to Fargo Post 400. Score was 10-0. Then the next game took place at 1 p.m. 2-0 Grand Forks beat Williston in the game of the day because the next matchup was West Fargo hammering Dickinson 11-0. Here we are in the 4th and final game of day number 1 here in the quarterfinals. And the game of the day has certainly changed as this one is in extra innings. Minot and Bismarck, a 1-1 ball game tonight. Scott, your thoughts on this matchup tonight between number 2 Bismarck, number 7 Minot?
Well, it's just too bad that somebody is going to have to lose this ball game. I like the move that Pat Arnson is making here, leaving Eli Nissen in. You know what? He's played pitched brilliantly tonight. So you know what? I think maybe he told his 15-year-old, this is for you, your game to win or lose. And win or lose, you had one heck of a baseball game here. You'll face the top of the order here for Bismarck.
Future is bright for the Vistas, without a doubt. Bismarck's got some studs. The future is now for them, the number 2 team in the state. Nissen delivers in ball number 1.
One thing, if the Vistas end up losing, they've left 13 base runners.
Here's the windup of the pitch from Nissen. This ball's going to be spanked out to center field. And with the first hit in the bottom half of the 8th, Colton Schulte delivers.
Yeah. And he just wanted to. I figured that's what he was going to do, Nick, is that Pat Arnson would let him throw in the 8th until somebody got on base. And boy, it's just what an outing for the kid. His line isn't total yet because he's responsible for the guy at first. But boy, 7+ innings. You can't ask. And he gets a standing ovation, not just here from the Minot fans, but a lot of the Bismarck fans too. I'll tell you what, the future is bright for that young man.
Yeah, Eli Nissen is certainly, in my mind, the best player on the Minot Vistas baseball team. And no disrespect to anybody else, but this is a young man that just went against the state's number 2 team. He ends up going all the way into the 8th inning here tonight, extra innings. He gives up 1 run, 4 hits, 1 Minot error in the youngsters outing. What a night for Eli Nissen. Vistas make a pitching change. We'll take a break and come back with the finale of this one. A runner on first, 1-1, bottom of the 8th extra inning state baseball tournament for Bismarck. The coverage on the PSP Network is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Is knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First Western Bank and Trust, Lowe's Printing, Planet Pizza, Ryan Chevrolet, Shields, Beto Orthodontics, Homesteaders, Tires Plus.
Nick Hins comes to bat. He's going to bunt as we come back. Here's the throw over to second. Did they get him out? Yes, they did. Firing over to second base, the pitcher that came in here for the Vistas. Executing nicely from the pitching mound and throwing over was Calvin Watkins, and there's one down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Nick, that was just a great play by the youngster Morgan Nygaard to keep his foot on the base because the ball was wide. Boy, that would have been huge right there for Bismarck if they didn't get that out. But they still got their 3-4s coming up.
One down. Watkins is going to fire back over to Plemmel at first. Not in time. Jack went to make the tag and sliding in safely over at first, and doing so was Johnson, I believe. Help me out there, Scotty. This ball is going to be towered up there from Connor Hanson. And
it gets out of play. McCarty can't reach it. You know, Eli Nissen, again, his line is finished because now the runner that was his responsibility has been retired. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Pretty good darn outing for the young kid.
Watkins, the right-hander, comes set. He delivers. That one had some speed on it. 84 miles an hour in for a strike, 0-2.
And, you know, you got Feeney coming up on deck. He is 0 for 3. He's popped out a couple of times and reached on a fielder's choice. I don't even think you'll think about walking him because then you get your winning run in scoring position. You don't want to do that.
Hanson's going to step back in. Connor Hanson batting .287 on the season. Bats in the 3 spot here for Bismarck. Watkins, a delivery. That one's high. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count here with 1 down.
This would be a tough one to take if Bismarck finds a way to score. It'd be a tough one to take for the Vistas.
Sun setting here at Municipal Ballpark in Bismarck. Runner's going to advance. That one down to the dirt. McCarty couldn't glove it. And advancing is Nick
Hins.
Nick Hins. So Hintz advances over to second.
Now, if you're Minot, what you got to worry about is a gapper here because Hintz does run pretty well. He leads the team in stolen bases.
2-2 pitch coming. Watkins comes off. Uh-oh, that's going to be a balk.
I didn't see what happened there, Nick, but when you want to throw to second base, you can step out and you don't get called for the balk. But something had to happen there. Pat Hanson coming out, he's not coming out to dispute the balk. He's coming out to talk to his pitcher. It almost looked like Watkins just stopped in the middle of his windup. But boy, now that is huge because now just a fly ball to anywhere is going to score Hintz.
And end the ball game.
Oh boy, what a way for, yeah, and that's what Pat Hanson, he's waving to his outfielders. You guys got to come in. You got to play this shallow because we got to have a chance. I mean, if it's hit over your head, it's hit over your head, and the game's over. But to have any chance of throwing Hintz out at home, you've got to play. You've got to play in.
It can't hit the green in front of the outfield.
Infield is in for the Vistas.
Here's the windup of the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
How ironic that it's Feeney that could decide the game.
Here comes Cade Feeney. The Minot Vista's worst nightmare at this point to the ball game.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you think about walking him right here. No, they won't be walking him.
Here's the windup coming. That one high to Cade Feeney, the NDSU recruit.
Wow. This is. There's been a lot of things that have happened in this baseball game.
Here's the windup of the pitch. That one's in for a strike. Feeney batting .436. We mentioned his 33 RBIs on the year. 6 home runs, 48 hits, 37 runs, 110 at-bats. Here's the windup of the pitch. Oh, just missed. And the Minot fans thought that was in for a strike. 2-1 the count. 2-1 pitch, bottom of the 8th. Feeney hits that one through the gap, and Cade Feeney ends the ball game for Bismarck. RBI single through the hole, and number 2, Bismarck advances to win the ball game here tonight. Minot falls in a heartbreaker. They go extra innings tonight with Bismarck. 2-1's the final. We'll break it down and tell you how the Governors come from behind and win tonight over the number 7 seeded Vistas. Minot will play tomorrow at 1 p.m. Bismarck's got the night game tomorrow. They'll take on West Fargo at 7 p.m. What a ball game tonight. Let's go to the post-game show brought to you by our friends at Planet Pizza. Bismarck wins 2-1 on the walk-off single by Cade Feeney.
Knocking the deals out of the ballpark. Now is the best time to trade in and trade up. We are urgently looking for good used vehicles and are giving top dollar on local trades. We sale priced our vehicles to move inventory fast, and financing rates have never been better. So don't strike out at another dealer. Get a home run deal at Don Bissett Motors on top of Minot's North Hill. Remember, we deliver.
With 28 on the shot clock, 53 on the game clock, sends it inside. Here's Allie Nelson to the right side. Cheddar's open, 4-3, on low, she scores! PSP Network has one mission: promoting our local athletes while delivering pro-quality broadcast coverage. Stay up to date with the PSP Network on Twitter, @NetworkPSP, and on Facebook at the PSP Network. Like and follow our social media for your chance to win. PSP Network. It's game day.
Systems go for lunch. When supper time's up front, T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by Don Bissett Motors, Diamond Tea Ranch, First First Western Bank and Trust. Lowe's Printing. Planet Pizza. Ryan Chevrolet. Shields. Beto Orthodontics. Homesteaders. Tires Plus.
With 28 on the shot clock, 53 on the game clock, sends it inside. Here's Allie Nelson to the right side. Cheddar's open, 4-3, on low, she scores!
PSP Network has one mission: promoting our local athletes while delivering pro-quality broadcast coverage. Stay up to date with the PSP Network on Twitter @NetworkPSP and on Facebook @The PSP Network. Like and follow our social media for your chance to win. PSP Network. It's game day.
Cade Feeney comes in the top half of the 8th inning, looking to close out the Minot Vistas. And he does just that. Picks up strikeouts number 33 and 34 on the year. Then he comes up to bat to the bottom half of the 8th. Puts one through the gap between third and short. Scores a run. And Bismarck goes on to win tonight 2-1 the final in extra innings. What a dogfight tonight in a pitching battle it was. Eli Nissa, the youngster for Minot, comes into the ball game tonight. He gets the start for the Vistas. He goes nearly the distance, goes all the way into extra innings, has a hats-off performance here tonight. Bismarck finds a way to win. Your thoughts overall in this ball game tonight? It certainly was one worth the price of admission.
Well, it's a game, and I've been around sports, sports a lot of my life, and this is the kind of game that you wish somebody didn't have to lose. Eli Nissen couldn't have done any more than he did for his team tonight. The only run scoring on unearned. Minot, I thought, took care of the baseball for the most part, but they had the big error that really kind of cost him in the 7th to give Bismarck the chance to win. And again, Mike Skitlin, he rolled the dice. He didn't have to go to his ace until in the 8th, and he was in a pickle. First, second, and third, nobody out. He comes in and strikes out the side, and then comes up and gets a game-winning hit. What can you say about Cade Feeney? But again, the other thing it's going to go back to is Minot left 13 runners on base, left the bases loaded in the 1st and the bases loaded in the 8th. You cannot let that happen all the time, because it's going to come and bite you in the butt.
Well, Scott, our key to the game tonight was Minot defensively and getting out to an early lead. They execute that point to perfection. They score in the 1st, but they leave 3 runners out of the 1st. They also do a great job defensively, where they only commit 1 error tonight. And those little things in the game of baseball that needed to be done well were done well by Minot. They just didn't have the bats, and that's kind of been the song and dance this year for the Vistas, a team that collectively batting under 300 came into tonight's matchup. They did what they could.
Well, and the other thing that I look at, Minot's got to come right back at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon after a very disappointing and frustrating loss here tonight. Yeah, there was no pressure on the Vistas. They weren't expected to even be in this ball game against Bismarck. But boy, I hope these kids, you think about it for a little bit, get something to eat tonight, get some sleep and forget about it, because there's still a lot of baseball to be played. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back tomorrow against Dickinson, because, it's tough. These are young kids. I just hope that they have the ability to bounce back and kind of forget about what happened tonight and come out and just have fun tomorrow and hopefully keep their season alive.
Minot's Funnest Collision Center is always ensuring the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle, so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. More than an auto body repair shop, we are Minot's finest. 839-0989. Is there any question that our player of the game tonight is Cade Feeney? With those honors also should be talked about Eli Nissen.
No, I'm going to name Cole. Can I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
I'll Eli Nissen for the Vistas. Minot's not even in this game if he doesn't come out and throw the way he did tonight. And what can you say about Cade Feeney? Cade Feeney, I don't know if there's any accolades still out there that can be said about the kid, but he did what he needed to do. His coach, Skitlin, came out and said, hey, Cade, I need you right now to do this on the mound, and then he got the opportunity at bat. So I'm going to give Cole MVPs. Eli Nissen from the Vistas and Cade Feeney from the Governors.
I love it. I'm all about that as well. Great outing for both teams here tonight. 2-1's the final. Fargo will play Grand Forks tomorrow at 4 p.m. Fargo Post 2, top-seeded team in the tournament. Bismarck will play West Fargo. That's at 7 p.m. That's the semifinals. Tomorrow's action starts at 10 a.m. Fargo Post 400 takes out Williston. And then Minot and Dickinson will play at 1 p.m. We'll have that call for you and the video of the ball game at 1 p.m. Join us around 12:50. Scott and I will have the breakdown there. What do you expect out of tomorrow's matchup with the Rough Riders from Dickinson?
Well, the thing about it is they got pretty much got shell-shocked today by West Fargo. We saw a lot of that game. They were never in that ball game. And then Minot losing a tight one here today. It should be fun. Now you're going to probably not see aces. I mean, I would think that for Minot, you're either going to see Harbort or you're going to see Almy, depending on how Pat feels he wants to go tomorrow. Or you could see a Derek Nygaard for that matter as well. But the big thing is for the Vistas is they've got to be very, very, what do you call it? What do they call it?
A short memory,
yes!
A positive.
We want to have a short memory because you don't want to let this one linger because it did get away from you. We score another run or two, then we put them in the hole coming into the seventh. But you know what? I can't say enough about the resilience and the effort by this group of kids from Minot tonight. Nobody gave them a chance, and you know what? They took it to about 1 out away from winning this thing. So I expect that we're going to have it's a survival game. Season's on the line for both teams. Let's hope they both come out and have some fun tomorrow.
Scott, great job tonight. Thanks for your work.
No
great
problem.
job.
We'll be back again tomorrow. No golf in the morning.
For Mr. Scott Cattell, I'm Nick Holberg signing off from here at the Municipal Ballpark in Bismarck, North Dakota. A thriller to end day number 1 here at the State AA Senior Babe Ruth Baseball Tournament for the state of North Dakota. Extra innings are needed, and Cade Feeney proves to be the hero tonight. Bismarck wins 2-1. We'll see you tomorrow at 12:50 a.m. here on the PSP Network for game number 2 in a Stay Alive matchup for the Vistas. This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at the PSP Network and on Twitter at Network PSP. Till tomorrow at 12:50 a.m. Good night and God bless.